Bachelor in Paradise Hannah Brown reacts to Dale's lies to Kat. July 30, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. Bachelor in Paradise Hannah Brown shared how she reacted to Dale Moss lying to Kat Izzo despite saying something else on camera. Jill Chin quits after getting friend-zoned. Jill Chin does not have a good track record of finding love on reality TV. She was a contestant on Clayton Echard's season of The Bachelor. She didn't find a connection with him, so she joined Season 8 of Bachelor in Paradise. Jill quit in Week 3. Jill returned for another try on Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. She quit in the most recent episode. She struck out with several of the men on the show. Hannah Brown shared her reaction to Jill's decision. She told Entertainment Weekly, "I just adore Jill, and while part of me wishes she would have stuck around to see if any other connections could have sparked, I totally get why she made the choice to leave." Bachelor in Paradise fans think Parisa regrets VIP suite date with Brian. This week's episode didn't have a rose ceremony, but the contestants were given another challenge. They had to dress as birds and perform mating dances to win a trip to the exclusive VIP suite, which is the new season's name for what was previously called the Boom Boom Room. Parisa Shifta and Brian Ontz won the competition and the overnight date. Even before the competition started, Brian was determined to win to spend the night alone with Parisa without cameras around. Viewers took to social media to call him out for his creepy behavior. One fan wrote, "He decided before they even won they were having sex that night. He was scary in the hot tub." While Hannah Brown didn't say it as explicitly, she did think Parisa regretted winning the overnight date. Hannah said, "From what we saw, the night took a bit of a twist, and it kind of seems like Parisa wishes they hadn't gotten all that alone time together." Hannah Brown reacts to Dale's lies to Kat. At this point, the only unproblematic relationship is between Jess Edwards and Spencer Conley. Kat Izzo and Dale Moss started out strong, but things have gone downhill after she found out he kissed Ally Jo Hinkis. Dale said on camera that he wanted to go on a date with new arrival Alicia Gupta to make Kat sweat. His comments got back to Kat, but Dale denied saying he wanted to go on a date when she confronted him. But viewers knew that he was lying. Hannah Brown shared her reaction. She said that her heart goes out to Kat. "That was so hard to watch," Hannah added. Viewers also know that Jeremy Simon is keeping a huge secret from Bailey Brown. She doesn't know yet that he tried to get Susie Evans to come back to the show. However, she will find out soon enough. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on this season of Bachelor in Paradise.
Before the chaos. It was a rare moment of serenity on the beaches of Bachelor in Paradise. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting gold over the waves, and laughter echoed faintly from the cabana where Kat Izzo was seated with a cocktail in hand. A few feet away, Dale Moss leaned against a palm tree, deep in thought. Kat had been through a whirlwind. From tearful confessions to explosive feuds, the beach had been both her battleground and playground. But recently, her connection with Dale had felt real. He had whispered sweet promises, and for a moment, Kat dared to believe them. She was beginning to let her guard down. Little did she know, whispers were only one of Dale's specialties. Secrets were another. Over 3,000 miles away, in Los Angeles, Hannah Brown watched the live Paradise Unfiltered stream from her phone, her expression twisted in disbelief. She had been here before. Not in Paradise, but in this exact situation, watching Dale Moss manipulate a woman with his charm, charisma, and camera-ready smirk. Hannah wasn't one to get involved in Bachelor Nation drama anymore, but when Kat's name began trending alongside Gaslighting, Deceived, and Dale Moss Strikes Again, something inside her snapped. "Not again," she muttered, tossing her phone on the couch. "Not to Kat." A familiar pattern. Hannah Brown had kept her distance from Dale Moss ever since she found out about the off-camera drama that plagued his relationship with Claire Crawley. She remembered when Dale called her after the breakup, not to vent, but to flirt. "You and I always had great chemistry," he'd said. Hannah had shut it down instantly. She wasn't anyone's second choice, and she certainly wasn't someone's rebound. So when she saw Dale cozied up with Kat and heard the now infamous line from him, "You're everything I didn't know I was looking for," Hannah almost choked on her drink. She'd heard the exact same thing, word for word. Was it his signature move? The worst part wasn't the lie itself. It was the way Dale made women feel like they were chosen, seen, treasured, and then just left them dangling. "I have to say something," Hannah whispered to herself. Her voice trembled, not with fear, but with the fire of a woman who had seen enough. Kat finds out. Back on the beach, Kat was glowing. She and Dale had just returned from a romantic paddleboarding date, and for once, she wasn't in a love triangle or defending herself in a beachside brawl. She was safe. That illusion shattered when Charity Lawson pulled her aside. "You need to see this," Charity said, her voice solemn as she handed over her phone. It was Hannah Brown, and she wasn't holding back. "Ladies, if you've been watching Paradise and wondering if Dale Moss has changed, let me save you some heartbreak. He hasn't. I don't usually speak on this stuff anymore, but Kat deserves better. We all do. Dale said the same lines to me, to Claire, to another girl from production that you never met on camera. It's a script, and I'm sorry to say, Kat's just his next chapter." Kat stared at the screen, mouth slightly agape, heart pounding in her chest. "Is this some kind of joke?" she whispered. Charity shook her head, sympathy in her eyes. "I wish it were." The confrontation. Dale was adjusting his shirt when Kat stormed up to him. "You lied to me," she said, voice steady but eyes ablaze. "Did you mean anything you said, or am I just the next girl in your highlight reel?" Dale blinked, his perfect smile faltering. "Kat, what are you talking about?" "Hannah Brown posted a video. You said the exact same things to her. The same lines, Dale." "That's not true," he said quickly, hands raised in defense. "You're twisting it." "Oh, I'm twisting it?" Kat scoffed. "You said, 'You're everything I didn't know I was looking for.' You said that to me, and apparently to Hannah, and Claire, and probably to the bartender if he had better lighting." By now, a crowd had gathered. Producers, contestants, Wells Adams had stopped mid-margarita pour. Dale's face turned red. "Look, I've dated people. That doesn't make me a liar." "No," Kat said slowly, "but it makes you a manipulator if you're using recycled lines to win people over. I thought we had something real. I believed you." Dale looked cornered, scrambling for words. But before he could say anything more, the sound of a helicopter broke through the air. Everyone looked up. "Oh my God," Eliza whispered. "Is that—" Hannah Brown lands in Paradise. The helicopter touched down just beyond the dunes. The producers were in chaos, trying to control the scene, but it was too late. Hannah Brown, in all her Alabama-born, pageant-practiced glory, stepped onto the beach like she owned it. "Surprise," she said with a small smirk. "I figured if I was going to say something, I might as well say it to your face." Dale's jaw hit the sand. Kat stood motionless, eyes wide, utterly floored. Hannah walked right up to her. "Hi, Kat," she said gently. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drop a bomb on your beach day, but I just couldn't watch him do it again." Kat blinked. "I didn't think you'd actually come here." "Oh, honey," Hannah said, turning toward Dale, "some people just deserve to be held accountable in person." What followed was an unprecedented scene in Bachelor in Paradise history. The women gathered around the bonfire pit like it was a courtroom. Dale sat in silence, expression unreadable. Kat was beside Hannah. Charity, Eliza, and even Brooklyn joined the circle. "Tell us what happened," Charity prompted gently. Hannah sighed. "It was right after his breakup with Claire. He called me. At first, I thought it was just to catch up, but then it got flirty. He said things like, 'You're the kind of real I always wanted,' and 'You're everything I didn't know I was looking for.' Sound familiar?" Kat nodded slowly, jaw clenched. "He made me feel like I was special, like I was the next chapter of his redemption story. But once I didn't give him the response he wanted, he ghosted, vanished. And next thing I know, he's on a yacht with someone else." The women gasped. "And it's not just me. I've spoken to at least 2 other women who had the same experience. One of them was on crew. Dale knows how to work the room. He's charming, but it's all surface. Dale's last defense. Finally, Dale stood. "This is insane," he said. "You all are acting like I'm some kind of villain. I'm allowed to date people. I'm allowed to have feelings." "You're allowed to," Kat said, "but what you're not allowed to do is treat those people like disposable props in your dating career." "You led me on," Hannah added, "and you don't even seem sorry." "I didn't ask you to come here," Dale snapped. "No," she said, standing tall, "but I'm glad I did, because Kat deserved to know the truth." Silence fell. Even Jesse Palmer, who had appeared near the steps with a stunned expression, didn't know how to intervene. Dale scoffed. "You all want a villain? Fine, maybe I am, but at least I'm real." With that, he walked off into the shadows of the beach, camera crew trailing behind him. The sisterhood rises. The next morning, the mood on the beach was different, lighter, as though a storm had passed. Kat and Hannah sat together on beach loungers, sipping coffee. "I still can't believe you flew out here," Kat said with a half laugh. "I couldn't not," Hannah replied. "He was using you, Kat, and I wasn't going to let him do it again." "You barely even knew me," Kat said. Hannah smiled. "You don't need to know someone to have their back, not in this world, and especially not in Bachelor Nation." That day, a group of the women made a pact, an informal alliance to look out for one another, no matter what producers threw at them, no matter who walked down the beach next. The viewers ate it up. Social media exploded with hashtags. Hashtag Hannah to the rescue. Hashtag Kat deserved better. Hashtag Paradise Justice. Hashtag Dale exposed. The fallout. Dale was nowhere to be found. Rumors swirled that he had voluntarily left the beach. Others said production quietly sent him home. Kat stayed. She grew stronger. Her relationships flourished, this time built on honesty, not illusion. And Hannah? She didn't stay in paradise. She didn't need to. Her job here was done. But she did leave one note behind, tucked into Kat's bag before leaving. "You're everything he didn't deserve. Keep shining. H. Yellow." Paradise will never be the same. Weeks later, during the Bachelor in Paradise after the final Rose reunion, Jesse Palmer addressed the moment that changed the season. "Never before have we had a surprise appearance like Hannah Brown," he said, "and it started a conversation, one that's changing this franchise." Kat was radiant on the couch, surrounded by women who had supported her. Hannah sat in the front row, applauding. Dale didn't attend. And as the credits rolled, viewers were left with one final message from the producers. "To the women who speak up, who show up, and who refuse to stay silent, paradise is yours now."